Hi, my name is Eric Lin. I'm a New York-based cinematographer of films like Hearts Beat Loud and The Sound of Silence, which was in competition at Sundance this year. For me, lighting is how you get into the subjectivity of a story. It's like, how are the visuals giving us access to the characters, to the story, to their arc. So for like Hearts Beat Loud, I wanted the lighting to kind of track the emotional arc between Frank and his daughter. They're cohabitating, but in very kind of separate worlds. In scenes where they were even together, they were lit by different sources, like different practicals. Like in her bedroom, she would be lit by the desk lamp, and he would be lit by like the hallway. And I wanted the lighting to accentuate that kind of difference. And the only place in the apartment where they're kind of unified and they share the same source is when they're in the music room, right? And so there's this very toppy, kind of very soft, diffuse light. And I wanted that to stand out, that space specifically to stand out as the kind of this magical place where they do come together. A lot of that idea came from 20th Century Women, because there's a lot of top light in there in the house. In a lot of the bedroom scenes and in the dining room scene, they had a lot of like very soft top light. And I thought that was really interesting to like use that for specific moments and withhold it from other moments. In the record store, there's also this tension in Frank between living his dream of making music and kind of the reality of the store closing.
I don't think you can smoke inside.
You buy something, I'll put it out.
And so, I wanted the lighting also to reflect that. And so we played a lot of that with mixed color temperature, kind of the cool daylight coming in, always kind of like edging him versus kind of the warmer light inside. And how that cooler light was always kind of this reality that he had to confront. So, it's in these ways that I'm always trying to like accentuate kind of what's going on in the story and like the subjectivity of the character.
Can I get another shot?
So one way to think about how to shoot quickly was to use practicals, to like build the lighting into the set. Me and the production designer worked together to try to find these practicals that we placed within the record bins along the aisles, maybe every like 4 bins or something, and it created like these little pockets of warmth within. And then we put like wall sconces above some of the record displays. So it had the dual effect of like, I think, achieving kind of our aestheticals, but also, allowing it on a practical level to shoot very quickly without having to do a crazy amount of adjusting. You're trying to create shape and you're trying to create like an intent to the lighting. And so sometimes it's about turning a lot of stuff off. My blind brother, we shot at this massive swimming pool that we couldn't really control the lighting. But yeah, part of the solution was just shutting off like almost 2/3 of the lighting, right? And making sure that the light that is available is coming from the right direction. And just building the contrast through shaping the light. And so yeah, sometimes it's about just turning off what's available as opposed to like, more units or different kinds of units. So the scene is the 2 girls, Sasha Lane and Kiersey Clemens. They're kind of walking down the street, and they kind of arrive into a profile shot at a certain point in the dialogue where they face each other. So, we knew this was gonna be a Steadicam shot, 2-shot. We kind of like pull back frontal, leading them about 3/4, and then we pan back into a profile 2-shot once they arrive in their position. So the only really practical street source is this street lamp, which is an LED street lamp. So when we arrive into the 2-shot, they're kind of backlit by us, which is great. We can use that. So the problem and the challenge was when we're leading them in that 3/4 frontal Steadicam 2-shot is how do we get light on them, right? Anything we place is gonna be in frame because the camera essentially is panning over 180 degrees. If we had the budget, maybe you put a condor up here and a big light far away, and then you're able to backlight the whole area. But this, we knew we had to be minimal, both in terms of budget and also in terms of the schedule of the day. So we had our gaffer off frame here. He was carrying a battery-powered Light Mat 4, which is an LED light with diffusion on it. He's carrying it on a gobo arm. So he's pushing this light at them, it's kind of catching them 3/4, and he's walking with them. And he's also dimming it down as we get closer. And this street light starts to like become more powerful, more present on the actors. Having this kind of mobile light allowed us to achieve this shot without like massive budget and massive setup. So knowing what you need the light to do and like where you actually need it is a way to like get around, having a massive lighting setup.